Once upon a time in a village, there lived a rich farmer named Rama. Rama was an honest and hard-working man who had earned his wealth through years of sweat and toil. He had a loving wife named Sita and 3 grown-up sons, Raghupati, Raghav, and Raja Ram. Despite being blessed with a good family and fortune, there was a cloud of worry hanging over Rama's face. One day, Rama's longtime friend Venkatesh noticed his troubled look and asked him, "My friend, what's eating you up? You seem to be worried about something." He knew his friend was right. His sons were squandering their inheritance and not learning the value of hard work. Frustrated and disappointed, Rama decided to take matters into his own hands. He started spending more time at his fields and began farming himself. He hired a few workers to assist him, and slowly he started enjoying his work. Rama requested Bhima to move in beside his house, and they quickly became good friends. Rama, eager to help his friend, and also wanting to keep himself busy, readily agreed. Rama, feeling humiliated and angry, decided to handle the situation on his own. He told the boy who was tending the goats to build a fence around the garden. Although this solution seemed like it would work, the goats managed to jump over the fence and continued to wreak havoc in the garden. However, little did he know that this simple task would turn into a big challenge. Bhima, understanding the situation, turned to the lazy goats and said, "These goats are causing a lot of trouble." Rama's sons, ashamed and embarrassed, looked down. They had never thought of themselves as lazy or unmotivated before. Bhima's words made them realize their shortcomings. Upon seeing the ruined garden, they burst into laughter and teased their father for failing to take care of just a few goats. Venkatesh, in turn, revealed that it was Bhima who had orchestrated the entire lesson. He explained how Bhima had come up with the plan to teach Rama's sons a valuable lesson about hard work and determination. "My friend, I think I need to keep these goats. They are more hardworking than your sons anyway." Rama and Bhima shared a knowing smile, understanding that the lesson had been delivered. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join our community of story lovers. Together, let's keep the stories alive and inspire others through these timeless tales. "How can you be so careless, Father? We should have known you wouldn't be able to handle them," one of the sons remarked sarcastically. They realized that they had neglected their responsibilities and wasted their potential. He understood that he had shielded his sons from the hardships of life, but Bhima had shown them the importance of facing challenges head-on. They learned that true success wasn't about living a life of luxury, but about living a life of purpose and fulfillment. They carried on their father's legacy with pride, always remembering the valuable lesson they had learned from a stranger named Bhima. Feeling remorseful, they started working hard, protecting their father's garden, and supporting him in any way they could. Bhima, with a kind smile, replied, "It was my pleasure, my friend. All I wanted to do was help your sons understand the value of hard work. They needed to realize that life isn't about being born into privilege, but about working hard to achieve one's goals. I'll need to get rid of them somehow." The goats, unattended and without proper care, began to roam around the garden, destroying the plants and flowers. Rama tried to keep them in check, but the goats were stubborn and would often break free from his grasp. One day Bhima told Rama, "My friend, I've noticed that you have a beautiful garden, but it needs some extra care. I have 20 goats that I need to leave with someone trustworthy for 10 days. Would you mind looking after them? I promise to return soon and take good care of them." Rama sighed and replied, "Oh, Venki, I'm getting old and weak, and I'm afraid my sons will squander our hard-earned wealth." He turned to Rama's sons and said, "You may laugh at your father, but let me tell you, he has handled a far greater challenge than these goats. He has raised 3 sons who do nothing all day, yet expect money from him. Now that's a real challenge." As months passed, Rama found solace in his work. No more excuses. "Your father has given you everything, including his hard-earned money. In return, what have you done? Nothing. You live a life of luxury because of your father's hard work. But you don't appreciate his efforts. These goats, on the other hand, work hard every day to survive. Even if you don't see their efforts, they still work tirelessly. They are more deserving than you are." He felt a sense of satisfaction in growing his crops and seeing the fruits of his labor. On the other hand, his sons grew increasingly lazy and unmotivated. They saw their father working hard, but they did not understand the purpose behind it. They don't know the value of money or hard work. He called his sons and asked them to water the plants in his garden. but they refused, saying they had more important matters to attend to. Rama, determined to teach them a lesson, decided to take a drastic step. He started talking to a man named Bhima, who had recently moved to the neighborhood. Bhima was a wise and experienced man who had a deep understanding of human nature. Rama shared his problems with Bhima, hoping to find a solution. Only Rama's wife, Sita, who was as kind and hardworking as her husband, took care of the garden. Rama, saddened by his son's behavior, confided in his friend Venkatesh, sharing his fears about the future of his family and legacy. He thought this arrangement would give them a sense of ownership and responsibility. However, much to Rama's dismay, his sons did not take their responsibilities seriously. Instead of working hard to grow the businesses, they spent most of their time playing cards and having fun. The textile business suffered due to lack of attention. The money-lending business saw a decline in profits, and the agriculture took a downswing. They spend their days in leisure and have no interest in helping me. I'm at a loss as to what to do. I want to retire and enjoy the rest of my life, but I'm concerned about the future. Venkatesh put a comforting hand on Rama's shoulder and said, "My friend, I understand your worries. It's natural to feel concerned about the future of your hard-earned wealth and legacy, but I believe you have a chance to turn things around. The key is to make your sons understand the value of hard work and the importance of carrying on your legacy." Taking his friend's advice to heart, Rama decided to take action. He called his sons and announced, "I'm getting too old to handle the business. From now on, I want each of you to take charge of one part of my business. Raghupati, you will oversee the agriculture. Raghuvi, you will manage the textile business. Rajaram, you will take care of the money lending." The sons, who were used to a life of leisure, were reluctant to take on responsibilities. But seeing their father's determination, they reluctantly agreed. Rama, though disappointed in their lack of enthusiasm, decided to trust them and step back. Seeing his son's irresponsible behavior, Rama's heart sank. Meanwhile, his sons continued to live a life of luxury, taking whatever money they needed from their father without understanding its true worth. One day, Rama fell ill and was unable to work in the fields. As days went by, Rama's health gradually improved, but his sons continued to neglect their responsibilities. Together, they came up with a plan to teach Rama's sons a valuable lesson. Bhima handed over the goats to Rama, along with instructions on how to care for them. Frustrated and helpless, Rama called his sons for assistance, but they refused to help, mocking him and saying it was his fault for taking on more than he could handle. After 10 long days, Bhima returned. Rama, exhausted and disappointed, explained what had happened and showed Bhima the destroyed garden. Just then, Rama's sons arrived, probably to inquire about the progress of the garden or perhaps to collect some money from their father. Bhima, who had been listening patiently, finally spoke up. The sons, taken aback by Bhima's words, tried to justify themselves, but Bhima cut them off. With that, Bhima took the lead and started gathering the goats. As Bhima walked away with the goats, he turned back and said to Rama, "From that day forward, Rama's sons changed. They understood that they had been living off their father's hard work for far too long." Rama, overjoyed to see the change in his sons, shared this with Venkatesh, who had played a crucial role in guiding Rama in the right direction. Grateful for Bhima's help, Rama went to him and thanked him. Rama nodded, realizing the truth in Bhima's words. As the years passed, Rama's sons grew into responsible and hard-working young men. And so the story of Rama and his sons became a legend in the village, a tale of how sometimes it takes a stranger with a different perspective to show us the path to success.